As we all know now, CP3 is gone. Chances are he won't be in OKC for long. Owed $124 million over the next 3 years. He's got a huge choice to make in all likelihood. Accept a huge buyout or resign himself to the fact that he'll be in a situation where he will never have a chance at a championship again. So, Tony, here's the question. What now for CP3? And what choice should he make?
I look at Chris Paul as an irritating player in decline. Nobody wants to play with him as far as you learn. I don't see how he can last in Oklahoma City at all. They got nothing there. This is like being in an outpost.
He's not going to want to be there
at this point. So my first thought when I heard about this was, well, the place he ought to go is the Lakers. The Lakers ought to trade for him. It gets him with LeBron, who he really likes. He might be terrific. He can stick it to the Clippers if he wants to do that. But I also thought the Lakers have nothing to trade. They got no players, and they took 300 draft picks to get Anthony Davis, so I don't know how that would happen.
I'm going to tell you how it could happen. CP3 has to make a decision, which is why I posed the question that way, because here's the reality. When he was in Los Angeles and he elected to leave, he walked away from what was going to be, because they were going to offer, the Clippers were going to offer him 5 years in excess of $200 million. He walked away from that, essentially cost himself anywhere from $20 to $40 million by going to Houston. And now that he's departed from Houston to OKC, if he were to accept the buyout, being owed $124 million over the next 3 years, if I'm Sam Presti and the Oklahoma City Thunder, I'm not letting him buy out his contract. It's going to cost him at least $10 to $15 million that he would have to give up.
But you think they would buy him out?
Without question.
Okay.
Without question. So, because remember, they already saved $50 million on the Russell Westbrook contract, had an additional year at $47 million plus the $3 extra million he was making in Chris Paul this year. The point is this. If you are Chris Paul, you have a decision to make. You want your money and stay in basketball purgatory in Oklahoma City because they're rebuilding. It's not purgatory, but they're rebuilding right now. That's what the situation is. He wants to compete.
It won't catch up with him because he's too old.
Or let them buy you out, accept a few less $1 million, maybe settle for $105 to $110 million, and then go. You're free to go wherever you want and go join your brother LeBron James in L.A.
Isn't that what you think will happen?
I will tell you, I think it could, but remember, he and Rondo can't stand each other. And remember, Rondo's not.
You know what I feel badly for? I think those State Farm commercials are gone. Certainly the ones with James Harden, because they hate each other.
They are fun.
I think they're gone.
They are fun, though. They are fun. I must admit.
The Oklahoma City Thunder have now seen Kevin Durant, James Harden, Serge Ibaka, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook come and go. In return, the Thunder now have accumulated 15 first-round picks between 2020 and 2026. So apparently, they will try to rebuild through the draft. Stephen, will this work?
Hell no. Excuse my language. It's just not going to work. And let me tell you why it's not going to work. Because, Tony, as we sit here today right now, you said 15 picks.
A lot.
From 20 to 2026. Do you foresee them acquiring another Kevin Durant or Russell Westbrook?
No.
Well, that's what you had.
Yeah.
So if you're Sam Presti, no disrespect, because he is an astute general manager. He's exceptional, no doubt about it. But you had Serge Ibaka. You had Reggie Jackson. You had Russell Westbrook. You had Kevin Durant. You had Paul George. You had Victor Oladipo. You don't have one single championship to show for that. Now, show me one executive in the history of any sport that has had that level of talent
hasn't won.
And that has not won a championship. Anybody out there in America, take your time. I will wait. It has never happened. So to me, if you didn't show that you could get it done, and I blame Sam Presti only in the regard that even though Scott Brooks and obviously Billy Donovan are respected in their own right, the bottom line is when you look at that level of talent, there are people who thought this should have been a better coach for those guys. In the end, it never happened. So why should I believe it's going to happen now?
So if I'm Oklahoma City, I look at this, I look at the draft, because I can't get a free agent.
Okay.
I had Paul George with a 4-year deal. And after 1 year, Paul George said to me, get me out of here by midnight. People aren't going to want to go there. That is an outpost in the league. So the only way I can build this through the draft. The problem is, and I think you're alluding to it, maybe once every 4 or 5 years, a guy comes along around whom you can win a championship. They're going to have to package these draft picks and send them someplace else. And if I'm Oklahoma City, I also look at this. Who got rich this year? A New York City team, a Los Angeles, California team, and Houston, the 4th largest city in America. What am I? I got no chance in Oklahoma City. No chance.
I will say this is a last point. I don't think Paul George left OKC more than he went to home in L.A., near L.A.
Is he still in Oklahoma City? Did I miss something?
No. It's just that.
Is there a different geography?
It's not saying, I don't want to part of Oklahoma
called
City.
up and he said,
did
"Get me
commit
out
to
of here
that.
by midnight."
I got you. I'm just not going to hold it against him in that regard. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.